Hi, it's Kathy from Kathy's Quilts. Welcome to my June summary video. I am not really a floss tuber, but I've been doing some videos and I decided to call myself floss tube adjacent, which my daughter thinks is stupid, but I'm not a professional floss tuber at all. I'm just a creative person in Southern Ontario, Canada, who likes to stitch and maybe has been obsessed for 30 years or so with all kinds of creative activities. So welcome to my Flosstube adjacent video. And I was going to start this video with two unboxings, but unfortunately, I did not receive either one of them. Thank you, Canada Post. The first one was I signed up for a summer retreat with Annabella's, and the speaker was Misty Purcell of Luminous Fiber Arts. And it was a day-long retreat, and I didn't get the box. So I couldn't stitch along, couldn't participate in the activity, so that was a bust. Won't do that again. The second box is the Fat Quarter Shop mystery, the Christmas mystery, and I've done several of theirs before and really enjoyed. It's a free pattern, and it's a mystery. It comes out starting July 1st, and my friend Diane has received her box, but I have not. So no box to show you, but if I get it, I will start that mystery and I'll show you in the end of July video. You can also read my blog, kathysquilts.blogspot.com, to keep up on my creative activities. And I have lots of other things to work on, so I'm not that worried that I won't be starting July 1st. I'll start whenever it comes. Hopefully it will come. I've always received the Fat Quarter products. I paid for it, I think, June 13th, and they mailed it out, but it's not here yet. So no unboxings for you, but I will show you my book of days, which I love. I keep track of what I stitch every day. Um, for example, here's April. And on the side, I write down all the projects that I've worked on that month. And here is June. I haven't written the summary down here yet, but I will. Usually I do it at the end of the month, and we have one more day here. Today, I will write down whatever I stitch on, and I'll write down that I did a Flosstube adjacent video. So that's my June calendar. And how many days with no stitching? 1, 2, 3. 3 days out of 30. That's pretty awesome. Okay, that's my book of days. All right, let's get started into some of the projects. I have cross stitch, knitting, quilting, all kinds of stuff to show you. I will start with one of my older projects that's still unfinished, which is All Things Grow with Love by the Historical Sampler Company. And here is how far I am. Love this. Love this project, love the colors, love all the birds. I just added that new butterfly at the bottom, and that's a really fun project that's been going since the winter. It was a mystery. All of the pieces have been released now, um, and I've started to collect these to store these long pieces in because I got that tip from Stitch and Me. That's how she stores her projects. Next is the Square Dance series, which I showed on my last video of the first quarter of the year, and I have finished April and May. So cute. These are stitched on 2/2 28 count Monaco. And although the Monaco is a little stiff, I don't mind it because it's small pieces. So I'm doing well with that. Here's the pattern. I got this through the Fat Quarter Shop, and they sent all of the floss. This is just a floss for June's. They sent all the floss for the entire year, all 12 of the patterns. And I'm really enjoying that every month. I really like having a monthly stitch. This is June's, the popsicles. Is that upside down? Yes. And I roll up part of it so that this is what I hold in my hand when I'm stitching. Oh, no, it does go like this because I hold it in my left hand because I'm right-handed, and then I open up the roll as I go along. And I got that tip from Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop. Oh, and I just love the little buttons. Every pattern has 3 little buttons, and they show you on the pattern where to put them. And I just love that little extra little cuteness. Okay, that's that one. Seasonal sayings. I belong to the Seasonal Sayings Club. You get a little package like this every quarter. You get a pattern. This is the summer one from Stitching with the Housewives. You get a little piece of fabric to use in your finishing, and the patterns are just beautifully done. Like, I love these little things. They did a great job on that. Then you get the floss that goes with, you get a little needle minder, which I don't use because I stitch in hand, but I like to keep all my stuff together with these little cute things. Yeah. No, that's not a needle minder. What's that called? I don't know what that's called. Anyways, that's for the summer one. See, not a floss tuber. Just I make stuff up and I don't know names for stuff. Okay, this is the summer one. This is how far I got. Now, you might remember from my last video, if you watched it, that the fabric of choice for this is Black Monaco. I just couldn't manage it. So I gave it the Black Monaco to my friend Katie, who really likes it. She likes it that it's crunchy, and she also wants to stitch on black. So this is how far I am with this one. And this was one of my strawberry projects. So there's a thing called on Instagram called Strawberry Moon Stitch Along. And I've stitched 4 projects with strawberries in June. This is one of them. Really like working on that one. And, oh, sorry, that's 28 count even weave. See, not a floss tuber. Okay, focus. This is how I usually hang things up. I have a wall with all little hangers, what do you call those, command hooks on, and I have these little curtain rod things, and I hang the pattern and the floss with a label, because you think you'll know what that belongs to, but you won't when you've got, 20 of them hanging up there. This is for HoneyBee Quaker. No. Isn't that cute? Yeah. Is that upside down? No. Just looks upside down. See? Not a floss tuber. Floss tube adjacent. Primrose Cottage stitches. I have several of their Quakers. I love them. And this one is 2/2 on 32 count white Lugana. Look at that. I love that. Do you see that little tiny bee, which is the size of my finger? Oh, so cute. Whew. Wow, that's cute. Okay. Coming along well on that. Next, I want to show you Bird Herd. So if you watch the Hathaway Stitchers, Amity is doing some designing now, and this is what I'm working on. Her pattern is called Bird Herd. It's available on Etsy at the Boomerang Stitches channel. Yeah, you call it a channel on Etsy, right? So 1 thread over 1 on 25 count Lugana, and I keep it rolled up like this, and this is the section that I'm working on. I'm working right down here, and I'm on the last bird. I love it so much. It's 1/1, which is my first time 1/1, so that's been a little bit challenging, but there it is. Beautiful. I love it so much. Bird nerd. You could do herd. Did I say it was herd? You could do herd or nerd. I'm doing nerd, clearly. I love birds, and I have lots of bird stitching patterns, bird themed quilts. Love it. So thank you to Amity for that wonderful pattern. And I'm on the last bird, so maybe this will be the last month for that, and then it will actually be a finish. I'm doing a quilt along with Frosted Pumpkin. Yeah, Frosted Pumpkin. And this is the Arctic Animals. Oops, stop swinging. You see that? I just started over here on the walrus. This is where I am over here. You will notice if you're a fan of the Arctic Animals stitch along that I did not put the other Arctic fox who was whacking this bowl on the head. It just felt too violent to me, so I left him off. I might put him back here if there's space, but not hopping on or whacking at someone on the head. He'll just be sitting there if there's room, because I don't know what comes above here. But for now, I'm working on the walrus, which is adorable, and I really enjoy this. It's 28 count, casual linen, 2/2. Okay, now I have finished. I don't know if I talked about this one last time or not. I finished the Tiny Modernist Strawberry Jam. Is that not adorable? The little mouse has a little black bead for her eye. I just felt like her eye didn't stand out enough. I love her little boots. I'm a little sad that my white flowers didn't contrast enough against my fabric. The fabric is 14 count Ada, and I dunked it in beet juice. After I cooked beets, I just put the fabric in there to see if it would turn pink, and parts of it turned really pink, but parts of it are kind of just mildly pink. And I thought the white would show up better than it did, but that's okay. I love it. And if you go on my blog, kathysquilts.blogspot.com, you'll see my friend Debbie has started it on a very tiny count. It's so cute. And she's coming along on hers too. So I'm going to turn this into a little wall hanging soon. That's my favorite method of finishing, is wall hangings, although I could be convinced to do a pillow. We'll see. And then I started, so that was my second strawberry project. Then I started this one on my big piece of beet dyed pink, and I started it in the pinker spot. That's funny, because the design is by Pinker and Punkin quilts. And I said I'm going to start on the pinker side. I entertain myself. Okay. Just have the letters started, and I have the top of one strawberry started. And I've done lots of her little samplers before, and I love it. I love working on those little ones. It's a free pattern. It's on there. It's a free pattern. You pick your own floss. You just look at the thing and pick what colors you like. And so that's another strawberry pattern. That's my third strawberry pattern. So I had the seasonal sayings one, and I had the strawberry jam, the strawberry mini sampler strawberry, and I have a finish of a little strawberry project. This is how I really like to finish my stitching, into little tiny wall hangings. And I put a split sleeve on the back, so you can put a little doweling in there. Two little things that I sew into the binding, little sleeves, and then a little label, and then this one, and a regular traditional quilt binding. And this one I put a little bit of beading around just to make it more fancy. That's by Cosmic Handmade, for another free pattern, and I really enjoyed that one too. What was that stitched on? 2/2 on 25 count even weave, called Shadow, which I got from the Fat Quarter Shop, which I really like. Can you see that? Really like that one. Yay, love having a finish. Okay, where am I? Okay, that's all the strawberries. So my 4 strawberry projects for the strawberry sal, and I'll take a picture of all 4 of them as soon as I'm finished this one. I'll take a picture of all 4 of them and post them on my Instagram. Okay, I have another finish, which is another free pattern. I love the freebies. And it's from Tiny Modernist, who's a Canadian designer, Cheryl. And I stitched it 2/2 on 14 count Ada. And there it is. It's 4.5 inches. Oops, what happened to you? What's happening here? How did I do that? Oh, this way. There we go. Yes, 2/2 on a white Ada. It says Happy Canada Day A. Tomorrow, July 1st, is Canada Day here. And this is, I will put this on my door. This is my big Canada Day wall hanging. Yeah, 4.5 inches square. And I did a split hanging sleeve with a little doweling in. So you can just hang it on one nail or a little push pin or command hook or whatever you want to hang it on. And then I put these two little charms on that I got at Stitch North in April. So yay. Happy Canada Day, eh? Love it. Yes. Okay. A start. I want to tell you about Katie the Novel Stitcher's, Katie the Novel Stitcher's Flosstube. And she does a book and stitch and book, stitch and pages. Go over to Katie the Novel Stitcher and find out what it's really called. So the first book, the inaugural one was last month, and the book was called Light a Single Candle. And so then you read the book and you make a stitchery based on or inspired by that book. And I did Modern Folk Embroidery's design, Light a Single Candle. I didn't love this frame at first, but I'm kind of getting used to it. And what I think would help me to like it more is if I had a little bit of aqua rickrack to put in on the bottom there, and I might take that glass out. I don't know. Anyways, it's growing on me and I like to look at it every day. The second book is, and I got that from the library because there were not too many holds on it. This one I could not get from the library. This is the second one. The book is called Funny Story by Emily Henry, and I had to get it at Amazon, not Amazon, what do you call that? Indigo. And it's quite thick, but it's supposed to be a good summer read. So that's my next book for Katie's Book Club and Stitches, whatever it is. Anyways, so what am I going to sew for this book? I am going to sew something funny. And I have this book called Really Cross Stitch. And my friend saw it at a secondhand bookstore and bought it for me. And I don't know why she would think I like it, but I love it. And I have lots of patterns marked to do. I had to really think hard and go through it several times to figure out which design I wanted to start. I really like this one. Relentless Kindness, but it's really not funny, right? So I picked a funny one. What do you think? Pretty funny. It says, got the plague? Me neither. Thanks, science. So that's what I'm going to do. That's my sense of humor. And that's my stitch that I'm going to start in July to go with Funny Story. Okay, so that's the book stitch. Talked about that. Okay, let's move on to knitting. Knitting is over here. I love to knit something easy. And my favorite thing is little washcloths. This design is called Seed Heart. It's from this book. Right here, the green one. I love this book. And I have stitched this in many different colors because I have, I don't know which side is really the right side. That's the purl side. That's the knit side. Probably the knit side, right? We have lots of babies coming in my family this year, so I like to give a little handmade something in the gift that I buy for them. And so I'm putting a little cloth, hand knit baby cloth, washcloth in each parcel. So we're having 2 boys and 1 unknown. And if I have time to make more than one, I will. And I have finished a second one in a different pattern from this same book. And this is called Big Heart. Just finished it. I have to sew in the end there. Isn't that so cute? Turned out pretty good. It was hard for me, but I enjoyed it very much. So it's a little bit bigger. I think I used the wrong needles or was making stitching looser because I was nervous. I don't know. Anyways, there's the 4 that I have finished for our babies coming. Okay, that's it for knitting. Now let's talk about quilting for a bit, and then at the end I'll show you some new cross stitch patterns that I bought. So last time I showed you my first potato chip block made with rectangles. I saw a quilt finished with this pattern and really liked it and thought, oh, that'll be a great scrap buster, and it is. And so this month I made a blue block. So the block, the contrast row, is that what you would call it? A contrast, yeah, border, contrast border. I'm doing the color from the Rainbow Scrap Challenge. Angela hosts every Saturday, and the color for June was light blue, so I did a light blue round. Color for July is aqua, so I have cut some pieces for the next round, and I will use these aquas for the contrast border round. And having a great time going through scrap boxes and just cutting these for future blocks. So that's been a very fun project. They call them potato chip blocks because you can't just make one, and that is true. I am also today putting the binding on this comfort quilt. That someone from my guild made. Doesn't say who did on the little tag that's attached, but someone quilted it, did a lovely job of quilting. I don't know if you can see the design with flowers and leaves. It's lovely. So I'm putting the binding on that today. Here are the strips I'll cut sewn together. I just have to press them in half this way. I sew it by machine with a 1/4 inch seam on the top, flip it to the back, and hand stitch this edge on the back. And that will be a lot of fun for me because it's portable and I can take it outside. And I wanted to show you this quilt. Because of all the babies that are coming, we have to make baby quilts, of course. And this, I have an agreement with my sister who likes to piece, but doesn't like to quilt or bind. So she's piecing them. And she used the window. What's it called? What's it called? Window block? Oy. Anyways, with lots of animal fabrics, lots of neutral baby colors. So cute. She did a great job. So I am going to be pin basting. This is the backing, which is a lovely flannel that she got in Stratford at Ye Old Quilt Shop with dogs, because the owners are dog lovers. And I'll be pin basting and quilting and binding that one. Except I don't have binding fabric. Okay, well, that's a next week problem. Well, the shower's on Saturday, so better figure that out. Okay, that's it for quilting. Okay, so next we have some new purchases. Ouch. And these are on my to-do list for the summer. This is a Kookaburra sampler by Heart and Hand. I love little samplers. I love the letters. What do you call that? The type of letter she's using. And I love that little bird. So I will, of course, change this to 2014 and looking forward to stitching that. And I got 2 seasonal couriers. Robin Pickens. I love Robin Pickens quilt fabric. And these are her new cross-stitch designs. They all have birds and flowers according to their seasons. And it's all DMC, which I have lots of. So that makes it very easy to use. And I'm looking forward to stitching those birds. So yeah, the theme for June was strawberry. The theme for July is birds. I also got this little tiny project. I saw it from somebody on Flosstube. I don't know who. It's called a snippet because it's a little tiny pattern. And the words are "be your own kind of beautiful," and the flowers are a little bit wonky. And I love that little stitchery. So I'll whip that up. I'll whip that up. And I ordered something very interesting that I saw on Katie's Flosstube, not Katie, the novel stitcher, just Katie. Katie is the name of her Flosstube. And she did this project and I loved it. And I tracked it down to this Russian company. Don't know what it's called, but that's what it looks like. And Katie finished it on her Flosstube, Flosstube number 10 at about the 14 mark if you want to see it finished. I totally fell in love with it when she showed it, and it's made of wood. And so that's the bee, and this gets stitched behind it like that. And then you can put little beads and things in there if you wanted, and it comes with the floss card. Look at that, you got the floss, it all came together. I love it so much. And then you can use this as a floss card in the future to, if you have a project that takes lots of flosses. This has 28 holes. Yeah, 28 holes that you can thread through all the way around. It's so sturdy, it's so well made. I'm really happy about that. So that's another project for the summer. Bees and birds, birds and bees. We entertain ourselves. Okay, did I do everything? I think I got through everything. So thanks for watching my video today. And I'll try to do another one at the end of July. We'll see how that goes and see if I have enough things to share and projects that I've worked on. And I hope you enjoy your stitching. And yeah, again, thanks for watching. Bye for now.